So, hello everyone. Welcome to the post-match press conference. We have head coach of India team. So, coach, please share your comment for this game.
Hello everyone. Good evening. This is the typical game that you lose because you are in a bad moment in terms of results. No? I think that the game was practically without chances. The most clear chance was for Ashik in the first half, and one action practically in the injury time, clear penalty, and that's all. The game is easy to speak. No, two teams fighting, and that's all, without too many chances. No, I think both teams they defended both with order, and one action, and this is football. No, I feel seriously that the fair score was draw, or if we score the clear chance, let's see. If you score before, you know that this kind of games, when the team who scored before is very important.
So, it's time for media. Please raise your hand for questions.
Coach, fair to say that it was a game where there was just quality missing on both sides? Just that little special something?
I feel that when you are playing this, in fact, I was speaking with the Bangladesh coach in the first game, and he told me, he's with 3 years experience as a coach in Bangladesh, he told me this group is very, very, very equal. In fact, he told me before our game was 0-0, Singapore, Hong Kong was 0-0. Today, the goal was in the last action of the game practically, and okay, I think that it will be a very difficult game. But I still think that India has possibilities to qualify.
Next question.
Do you plan to be part of that qualification process?
It's not the moment. You will understand me. It's not the moment to speak about this. Now we are not very happy. We are sad. The dressing room is like a funeral practically, because they know that we are not in a good moment in terms of scores, that it's difficult for us to score. But it's true that the team play with more order than another games, this is true. But unfortunately, we couldn't get any point here. No?
Next question. Any more questions?
Yeah, I have. Hi, coach. Positive lineup, but again, we failed to score. In the last 3 minutes, we cannot score. What's your thought on it? And about Rahul Beke is not on the starting 11. You can explain why?
Because we play with two center backs, and both are top center backs in India, with Rahul Beke maybe the 3 best center backs in India, but I decided to play with Sandesh and Anwar Ali. That I feel that they play a very good game both. Rahul Beke, you can use him as a right back, no? But or playing with 3 center backs. But I don't think that this point is key in the game. I repeat again, it's for me a very equal game, and unfortunately for us, practically in the last action, we lost at least 1 point, and Hong Kong has 3 points. That is sometimes is the. I told in the dressing room. Obviously, we want to win. Please put the complete sentence. We want to win, but sometimes the teams doesn't know how to draw. And today, if you couldn't win the game before the minute 90, 91, at least try to be in a position to avoid the defeat. No, obviously, no more. Congratulations to Hong Kong because of the 3 points, but I feel that India still is in the fight.
Okay. Any more questions?
Coach, I have last one. So, what is the way forward for the national team? And
Sorry?
what is the way forward for our national team? We have many matches left in the qualification round. So, what is our way forward, and how can we solve the scoring problem?
Sometimes you never know. Sometimes one day, this is not a problem of the national team, it's in a club also. Sometimes there are 4, 5, 6 games that you don't score, and suddenly you score 3, 4 goals and you score. I am in one team, I don't want to compare, but only as an example. I am in one team that we score goal in all the games in the championship except the last 23 or 21 23 consecutive games scoring. Here we are in the other part in this moment. Yes, obviously we spoke a lot about this, no? About to have more Indian strikers, but this is what it is in this moment, and I cannot say nothing negative about the players. Opposite, I think that the effort was there, the attitude was there, the plan of the game was there. In some moments I feel that we can play better with the ball, but and be more brave. But this is about the situation that the team is not winning, and the players are a little nervous. In some action that the pass is clear, we are a little nervous, no?
Thank you. If there's no more questions, this is the under press conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, welcome to the post-match press conference of Hong Kong China team. We have head coach Ashley Westwood here. So coach, it is an important game for you and the team. So what is your feeling right now?
Yeah, of course, important game. You know, when you're playing in a group of 4, you've got teams that are better ranked than us, if you like, and obviously Singapore are very close to us. It's always going to be tough, but the feeling, is just relief more than anything. Joy, of course, and delighted for the players. I don't think anyone can deny that. They've put an unbelievable effort in there tonight. Maximum effort. We've prepared really well. Feels like it's been ages since we met up on the 28th of May to obviously prepare for Man United and then prepare for Nepal. But the team spirit, the togetherness was there for everyone to see, staff, players, and of course the fans. That was an incredible turnout from the fans, what we're always grateful for, whether it's 5,000, 8,000 or tonight 42, 43,000. It just shows you that when everybody comes together, when everyone works together, what can be achieved, because let's not forget, India, 120, 127 ranked in the world, we're 153, and it was only 12, 18 months ago, India were ranked 96 in the world, so it just shows how far we've come in a short space of time. 8 months or so, whatever the wins are, draws and one loss, then we're just thankful that we got the result, because the lads deserved it, and that's all I'm bothered about really, the lads getting a reward. I think if we would have drew, we would have been devastated, so it was nice that we got a goal at the end. It was nice for Stefan to get a goal. He's been a great character since I've been here. He's done fantastic for Southern all season, and I'm happy he got the goal as well.
Okay, thank you. It's time for media. Please raise your hand for questions.
Ashley, Josh Ball from the South China Morning Post. What was your frustration level as it clock ticked down to 90 minutes?
Just, to be honest, if we would have drew, you couldn't have really done any more, of course, than put the ball in the back of net. Everything we asked the players to do, whether it's subs, again, staff, whatever, we did everything possible to try and win the game. We defended really well against a dangerous Indian side, really fast on transition and counter-attack. They're always a threat from set pieces. The lads defended, put themselves on the line. Yutsi's been smashed, Michael's been smashed, lads are going into tackles. John Luck's on his last legs, not really played 90 minutes for a while and ran himself into the ground, all of them, across the team. So the frustration would have been just a little bit disappointing for the players. For me, a draw would have been, listen, all the game plan was right, all the work's right, preparation's right. We've done everything possible. Bearing in mind we're missing 5 key attackers as well. In Everton, Jesse, Matty Orr, Philip, and there's one more I always forget, but not by his Wong Wai. So 5. If you look at our team, our squad, normally those 5 are key attackers, and we haven't got them. And you take 5 key attackers out of any side, you got to try and score goals from somewhere else. I think the reason we scored tonight is just collective pressure, collective intensity, desire, and lads giving the maximum. So it would have, for me, at a draw, would have just been gutted for the boys. But from personal perspective, I would have said, listen, we've done everything we can, and it was just nice that we got the goal at the end.
Sorry, can I just one more?
Just
a quick follow. Obviously, it had been a while since they'd scored. What do you think that's going to do to the confidence going forwards?
I think we're confident anyway. Singapore away is always going to be tough. Nepal at home just put everybody behind the ball. When they went down to 10 men, their coach shouted on, let's go 5-4-0. They're not even trying to move, they're just trying to defend. So you get that anyway. And like I say, 5 attackers out of any team's always going to be tough, but I think we've only not scored we didn't score against Liechtenstein, we didn't score against Singapore, we didn't score against Nepal, and we've had 11 games. So only 3 games we haven't scored, which is a decent record at any level, and I think 8 clean sheets or something like that. So we're doing things correctly. You've seen an intense Hong Kong side. When I came here, people are telling me Hong Kong players aren't fit, they can't be intense, they can't go for 90 minutes, and we showed tonight on a big pitch, a massive occasion that can drain the players. We went to the final whistle and we got our rewards in the final minutes.
Thank you.
Next question. Jimin.
Coach, my observation was that Hong Kong was struggling in the first half. India were more dominated. And what was your halftime talk to the team? And second one is that you become a nightmare for Indian football fans. First Afghanistan, you upset the Indian football fans, and now with Hong Kong. So what do you think about Indian football now?
No, I went to India in 2013. We won the league in year 1 when nobody said we would get anywhere near it. We lost it by 1 point to Montbegan year 2. We won it again in year 3. And in my time in India, I think I had something like 17 Indian internationals make the debut. So I know India well. I know obviously how to get a result against India, drawing 0-0 with Afghanistan, beating them 2-1, ironically enough, with a last-minute penalty. And it was never in doubt for me tonight that we would lose. I don't agree that we're struggling first half. My message at half-time was keep going because we're going to score. Keep your intensity levels up. Just be careful of India's counter-attacks. Be careful of India's set pieces. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep making the pitch big and you'll get a chance. And that's what happened. Goalkeeper comes out, knocks Michael out, and we end up scoring a penalty. So for me, again, it was just a reward that we deserved. And I thought we did everything possible to win the game, and we did. I was just happy at half-time, just do the same again, and trust me, we'll get a chance and we'll win.
Next question. Lò Mai.
And what's the reason you're less satisfied with the penalty in the game at the moment?
Confident he is. He's got that ridiculous run-up that I can't explain. I've seen him do it at least 4 or 5 times for Southern. I've seen him do it in training all the time, and to be honest, he never misses. There was a bit of kidology going on with Junior taking the ball, and that was to take the pressure off Stefan. They'd already arranged that because he takes so many and he scores so many, he was always going to step up to take the penalty. I told him to just make sure he hits the inside of the post, and he did.
Next question.
Hello, Coach. There's a massive crowd in Qatar Stadium today. So how much do you think they contribute to the team's win today?
It's always a factor. Any football club or football national, outfit or representative team that you speak to, the crowd always plays its part. You've seen the levels of the players rise with the intensity and the desire and the will to win. The extra crowd, the extra noise, making their families proud, making their friends proud. Lads were getting 6 tickets. They needed, 15 tickets each because everybody was coming. It was hot property of those tickets. Everybody wanted to come. And it just makes, as a player, as a coach, anybody involved, I'm sure, all the staff, all the support staff, marketing, our president, our secretary, our technical director, the list can go on. Everybody wants to be involved in games like that, and it just wants you wanting more. And hopefully we can keep going now. The momentum's rising from when I first came. I think we had 4,000 at Hong Kong Stadium. We got 8,500 against Guam, and now all of a sudden we're playing in front of 42, 43,000. So, like football, like coaching, like the playing group that we have, we try to improve every day, and as a federation we try and improve, and we want to keep rising the standards and rising the attendances, but completely appreciative to the fans to come out on a Tuesday night, spend the money and get behind the team. And I'm not sure anybody left until 45 minutes after the game because everybody enjoyed it, and that's what football's all about, everyone coming together. I'm sure this game's going to be talked about for years to come, the attendance, the result, and puts us in a great position now to qualify, and hopefully we can keep building and keep rising the momentum and keep improving.
The huge win at home, do you think it's going to relieve the relationship between you and the fans?
I honestly don't care what my relationship is. I care about the players, and I care about giving the best to the players and giving them a platform to produce, and we are producing. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, I don't care. I'll keep doing what I do. It's up to you to make your opinions, but if I was a fan, I like winning.
Okay, last question. Jimin.
Actually, Eden from HK01. So in the post-match celebration, you made a gesture of like drinking soda or a beer. Can you share with us what's the meaning of this?
It's hydration. There's one of my players in the stand, Sogo, young boy that didn't get on, and we come off as staff. Matty sat there, and the first thing we did when the players on the pitch was go into the dressing room and said, right, what can we do better in the next game? And that was a message to one of our players, is that make sure you're hydrated because you may have training tomorrow, and that's what we do. We try and look after ourselves, and we're professionals, and that's what it is. Hydration and nutrition, that's what we do.
Okay, thank you. So this is the end of the press conference. Thank you very much.